Okay, I'm going to do a weekly update here on 16 instruments. I picked the most popular. So I'm going to rifle through these. Now, at first glance, if you didn't know what the instruments were, you'd say, well, it looks like the dollar CAD's going through the floor continually. Continually. Now, that's going straight down. And the other thing that jumps out is the stock market is drifting up, maybe. Other things are choppy. I say choppy. Here, this is the euro. This is climbing right to the edge of the chart. So if you're using the ATR going back 20 bars, you frame the market like this. Now you could open up each chart, and as soon as you do that, you're going to have a whole world. But what's the world that really matter to anybody is where is the last known support level, right? So if we switch all these to line charts, this is typical candlestick drama, but I would say switch between line and candle. Because if you could make everybody a line chart, you have a whole different view of it from a price over time thing, because the wicks are kind of distorting the view of the market. So maybe you have a template like this or a profile like this, and you can switch profiles back and forth, or maybe there's a hotkey. So there's no hotkey to go from line. Maybe there is line back to, there's a list of hotkeys actually for MT4. Let's see if I can find that. But if you could toggle between line and candle, that would help. But if you start off line, you can draw channels, right? You can draw channels on the line chart. It's very hard to draw, for me, psychologically and just visually, hard to do that. So these are itty-bitty line charts here, so I think I'm going to have to fatten those out. Okay, so I put a 1 period moving average on top of every chart, created a template, loaded it. You can pick how thick that's going to be. Now, this is actually thicker, I think, than even the canned line chart. MT4 has some really bad things about it. The fact that the wicks are so skinny that if you have a high-res monitor, you can hardly see it. I like shit to hit me in the head, so I like to see a structure. Like people talk about structures, I want to see absolutely the geometry. So if you're a geometry person, I got nothing against geometry trading. And I like to torture people about it, I guess. That's why I mock people that do it wrong. Or they do it on stuff that doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters right now, I used to post geometry like I can't believe on this one website. I put up stuff. I could post it all. People would be like, oh, God, yeah, wow. Guess what? It's just all fantasy stuff, right? It's like designing a fantasy world. Live in a fantasy world, right? Your invisible friend, right? But if that's what you need to make money in the market, I got it, right? This is where you go. Invisible friends, you could blame the bad trading on them, right? There's all sorts of psychological games you can play with yourself to motivate yourself. And but if you don't believe you can make money, so I guess the people that are pissed off are the people that don't. They're showing me. I want to believe. No, show me. Like, show me that you. Well, we can all see what's going on. Well, we can't see the forest for the trees, in my opinion, because we have those candlestick charts. We look at the line chart, we're like, I think it's going down. Now, the candlesticks, I love them to death, right? It's a love-hate relationship. They're good for, what they're good for is the limit orders. They're good to back test the fills on the line charts. Like, you're back testing fills, you're not trying to back test a moving average crossover system. You're back testing fills. Now, I did a line chart video. People liked it. Because this is like what you'd say to an expert, go back to the basics. This is what Ayn Rand says. In the morning, check your promises. Are you doing today what you would have done yesterday? So it doesn't matter whether this is exponential moving average, simple, 1 period, right? Keep it simple. Stupid, right? We've heard that one. One fucking idiot. I'm only using this to fatten up the wimpy, hefty. I'm putting hefty on top of wimpy. Anybody remember that commercial? I guess my memory's just, I'm flashbacks from tangential thinking issues. So the line chart for me just kind of like said, oh, thank God. Like all that chatter, I had this video, I'm sorry. Last video I was in a trading room and I just kind of doing the, I'm just going to make a video, right? With not realizing that things bleeding into the mix along with this other, I don't know how that's happening. So I think it's either the Russians or something. So, it's the weekend. How can we fuck this up? Now, all the geometric people will have a very easy time. They can look at this stuff and go, oh, I can see Elliott wave. You can see everything is clean as fuck. Look at Bitcoin up, upper left-hand corner. This thing is going off the rail. It's going off the chart. This one's going up, this one's going up, this is going up. No ambiguity here. This one's up, this one's down. Now, if I made this I'm telling you, if I made this a candle chart, you'd be, look at this doji down here. Oh, look at this engulf. Look at the wicks. Oh, I would have get stopped out there. Oh boy, I don't know. Oh, gee, I'm afraid to trade. I'm not gonna trade. Oh, look at top becomes the bottom right here. Oh, wait, how could I miss that? Huh. Gee, I was freaking out about the fucking wicks, right? Anybody ever trade? I know the people in power trading, they analyze. Why in the fuck don't they start off in the line chart? Haven't we figured out this is the true structure? They talk structure all day over there. I couldn't even watch. I watched a video of his, and I just watched him, because that's what he's playing in the background. I'm always watching him to think, oh my God, man. How in your God's green earth are you still whipping up Gartleys and shit? And Fibonacci's. The market's yelling at you, saying, fucking buy me, fucking sell me. How are you missing this shit? Right? That's the only reason I ridicule, criticize, whatever mock you call it. Well, fuck, of course. It's like watching the guy fix my car wrong for the 80th fucking time. Oh, give me the fucking screwdriver, you bitch. Like, I can fix it better myself. I'm a do-it-yourself person. So I don't trust in the, look at Litecoin's going up. Look at this fucking thing's I'm sorry, this 1 hour chart. Because I just loaded that. Oops. Look at this motherfucker. Are you kidding me? Talk about a breakout run. Like, duh. This looks like a fucking penny stock I bought once. Look at that bitch, top, bottom. This fuck shit's going up, right? Is it too late to get on the train, though? This is the question. Where are we at in these? Which one hasn't left the station yet? Which one's at fair value? Like, so, classic thing is the market's either going up, it's going down, it's going sideways. This thing's a smooth run up. This is just no-brainer shit. A child, you ask a child. I was just watching a thing where you pick. You can fix ClearType on you. If you go to ClearType on Windows, you can dial in your text to make it super sharp for the monitor you're on. You know, instead of adjusting the monitor in the old days, now software can come underneath and like redistribute the pixels just the optimal for your dot pitch on your screen now, right? So you used to have to dial in the radiation to get just the right amount of cushion for your light bulb in there. But now you have LCD and all this stuff. So yeah, if you took a child and you say, okay, now Johnny, press on the thing that's going up. Well, he's just going to press on the 4 top rows. This is like I'm saying that are you a robot shit? And they have like, find the car in the image. I'm like, okay, it's kind of like a car. It's my car. So, yeah, it's like, so, crude oil. So crude oil's trapped down here. This guy's in the middle. This guy's going through the floor, coming back to center, going through the roof. Easy, right? Going up. These guys, 2 stock markets screaming north. DAX is pulled back. So the DAX looks like now if you know another thing with somebody, this would be like a either an IQ test or a Rorschach test. Okay, now, Johnny, now you got to think like a child. You got to forget everything you ever learned in your fucking life. Every day, you got to wake up and say, I just walked in the room and I don't know shit about trading. It's called beginner's mind. And this is why, apparently, this is why people meditate, because after the meditation, they reset their mind. Like in the weekend, the market's not open unless you want to trade Litecoin and Bitcoin. And you could put I'm seriously thinking about trading. Litecoin must be cheaper to trade than Bitcoin because it's priced at $46. And we've got stuff going on here. Litecoin, we could trade that. It's going up. Should we buy right now and put in a monster stop? I guess so. Now, this is the thing. We could look at this chart right now and put a fucking trade on. Sell the dollar CAD and just put a stop on it. Who says you're going to be wrong? Now, it's been smearing down for how long? Are people still on? Anybody that's short that thing may have already gotten out. They're like, holy fuck, man. I just made so much money. People are selling along the way. Now, they're going to feel like, shit, I should have stayed in. And the people that are buying into that, they're getting stopped out. There is no perfect trade. Now, if you're buying the dollars, and I talked about the dollar to the Swiss on some. I was talking to somebody online or Skype, and I sent them a chart, and I said, look out below on the dollar Swiss. We're going into the vacuum. Anything that's outside of my range here, looking back 40 weeks, I'm not going to blow up any charts. If you blow up the chart, you're going to start looking like, whoa, look at this thing's going to... But I had that video last week. I said, we're going into the northern vacuum on... The dollar's going to get killed, right? Doesn't mean you can't scalp it for 80 fucking pips on anyone. You can make 80 pips in a... You can counter trend for 80 pips. So this trend idea, and you can't counter trend trading... Anybody that's telling me, oh, look at, I sold here and I got it here. Trust me. Trust and believe. It's what called an auction where they take out the low of the week and take out the high of the week. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Yeah, because there's pressure built up on both the northern void and the northern vacuum and the southern vacuum. Both have compelling attractions because there's liquidity there. So the market can literally go down, 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 up, engulf. That's truly engulf. Cut out the top, ripped. I mean, it's just insane. But you have a trade plan for that. That's what's been going on in the one that's really. These two are trapped in the most. So you've had to make a thumbnail sketch. These are like thumbnails of the market, and say, okay, well, what kind of 5 or 4 different words you could apply to each chart and say, okay, chop, up, down, chop. Now you could fine tune it a little more and say, screaming up, screaming down, drifting up, drifting down. Already you got 6 different classifications on the weekly to just be one of these organized checklist people, right? So I know. So there's different kinds of people. There's checklist people. There's I got to see it. There's people that want to say it or hear it. They want to hear the news or they want to read the news. 2 different kind of people. Tony Robbins talked about this, right? 3 different kind of people: feeling, hearing, seeing. That's why hit songs that include all those things, they're a hit song. This is what Tony Robbins, who's a thinker at large. You know, he's a thinker. He's like Ayn Rand and these people that going beyond just what they kind of like reptilian mind, right? Where you're just kind of responding to shit that happens to you. Problem with trading is that it taps into your reptilian mind and you do dumb shit because you're scared. Fight or flight. Or not knowing what's going on and not even realizing to be a good trader that you have to be the most fantastic loser on the planet. So anybody that says I'm a loser, that's just only a compliment, right? Because there's no way you're going to be able to rectify. That's what politics is kind of funny because people have a utopian. Everybody wants their perfect world to succeed. This is why Jordan Peterson says that if you think your perfect world's going to be any better than the dystopian that you're in now, then you're out of your mind. Because you can see how power becomes, people become very, they have an agenda that's so fantastical that it actually might step on the toes of other people, right? So, but you have that internal conflict with yourself, right? You have your ego saying, oh no, this is the perfect thing. But then you have reality, right? So you have ego up against reality. So just watch this, Akil Stokes, and he says, oh, up against the best traders in the world. I heard that today, so I had a comment in his video and say, oh, really? I think you're up against your greed and fear, because every time I watch your fucking video, all I see is you shitting your pants about, don't get it. It's just kind of like, we're waiting for the ultimate entry, the ultimate transformation, ultimate. No, you're a loser. You're a loser because you're doing fucking videos, like every goober fucking video with, you can't get past, you're not going to talk about volatility breakout. You're not going to give some motherfucking goober out there a goddamn mechanical trading system so he can make a fucking living. $4,000 course, advanced patterns, no mechanical trading. For God's sakes, man. Give the public a break already. And then they discounted one of their, see, they're putting their shit on sale now. Yeah, because everybody's like, dude, we're broke. Still waiting to fucking make money in these markets. You can't give me a mechanical entry system? That's what my ATR bot's going to be about. Sorry about the chatter in the background there. Like, it's just too much technology for me. Well, I just wasn't. I didn't have my ears on, so to speak. I was monitoring the drama. But yeah, please, people, anybody that is in a chat room of any type, always turn off your mic, because you may say something off mic. Remember when Reagan said the bombing starts in 3 minutes? Now, why aren't they talking about that with all this Russian shit? That's the best fucking Russian story I ever heard anybody's. I guess young people aren't going to know what I'm talking about, but Reagan was on mic, and he just jokingly said, off the cuff, and he made him and Trump, if they were both in president, vice president, that's dream team, right? They'd just be like, dude, come on, let's just get this shit done. Stop your drama. Stop crying in the corner. So the line chart to me is just pristine clarity of literally reality, skeleton structure. Bitch has no clothes on. In fact, she doesn't even, she's skeleton. X-ray, right? So watching this video about this girl. True story about this girl. Goes out jogging, high-end jogger, professional jogger with her doggy, and she gets caught in a canyon. And the doggy kind of saved her life. The doggy, she said to the doggy, looked right in the dog's eyes and said, go get help. The dog took off, and it's a very heartbreaking story, actually. But it was amazing, right? But she had a broken pelvis. She was dragging herself around. I thought, Jesus, man. You couldn't tell. Of course, they didn't break the pelvis for the actress. It'd be funny if it was like, no, we broke her pelvis to make this very real. We keep it real here in these movies. Find out it's like a snuff film later on. They're like, no, they broke her pelvis so she could very realistically drag herself. It's like the inside uniforms on the set of The Hobbit were supposedly embroidered on the inside too, just to make the actors feel like, yeah, this is really happening. The realness of that movie. But yeah, everything, no CGI. It's anti-CGI productions.com. So yeah, the market's definitely like so fascinating. And that a move like the dollar CAD could just keep plummeting and plummeting. Now, who's getting on this southern trend? Aren't you going to drop down to the trading time frame? Now, this is another thing with the Akil Stokes thing. Well, of course, when we drop down to the trading time frame, that's, oh, sorry, this isn't on the weekly. Oh, just notice. My bad, right? Sorry about that. Don't anybody take that trade. So, drop down to the trading time frame. Well, that would be where we pull the trigger, or we, and then you're saying that you're up against the best traders in the world. So, if you weren't there to pull the trigger on that, and trading's not a hobby, why not? Why all the seriousness? Well, I'm just not up to, I'm a loser. I'm not up to par. It's never going to work for me, man. I don't have a pencil behind my ear. So, Oh, okay. Well, you got any more excuses? So, hey, just dive in there. Just put a fucking trade on. Buy some dollar CAD right now. Buy 1K, 300 pip stop. Well, it tells me what kind of trader you are. Oh, you mean a guy that doesn't know it's going to keep going down? This is going to keep going down. Is Litecoin going to keep going up? So now putting on my analysis hat and saying, well, I know, well, not my analysis hat, my trade plan hat. Do we sell now with a tight stop? Or buy now with a tight stop? So you've only got 6 choices. Well, actually 8. The eighth, you have buy at the market, sell at the market. There's 2. Buy and a stop, sell and a stop. 4. Buy and a limit, sell and a limit. 6. And I guess there's 7 trade plans because the other trade plan is just sit and watch, right? This is how Akil Stokes doesn't blow up his account, because he's not a good enough trader to get in the markets, right? We can see that. He waits very carefully. He gets confirmation. Now, this is why Kelvin's pissed at me, or the Kelvinites. Let's just go for Kelvinites, because we know that, or because he could be right there with Ricky Ricardo. Not understanding that there's people scalping around your trade that are making more money than you because you're not big enough on your prediction. So we're trying to make money. We're not trying to predict the market. Anybody can say that this market's going to there, and then they'll come back to you like a month later and go, see? And I'm like, so you're telling me that that means something because you were short here and you just got out on that profit? Like, you're still holding, like, you know, even 40K. I don't know. I like 4. I don't know why. 40 standard lots, 7 years ago, right? I know the number of people will be like, yeah, dude, like, when people are on the golf course, they yell 4. I always thought this funniest thing. When I heard that on the golf course you yell 4, when I was a kid, that's the first thing I did, right? Once every golf course, 4, you know, I don't, that's a good idea, but so maybe I'm that guy, but somebody's got to speak and say something here. Somebody's got to speak out for the guy that's been told bullshit his whole life. Now you have to unpack all the bullshit, right? Like, what the fuck's in my head? Like, you clean up your room, you clean up your house, right? Jordan Peterson, you clean your room, you clean your house. This is why space around you makes space in your head. Clarity. Another thing, when you go to line chart, there's clarity. There's no wicks. That's the space. You don't need to know that right now. You're studying market direction and trend here. This is where you would have a bias. And when you turn on the wicks, you'll see that you don't need a bias to make money in ranges, because you turn on the wicks, you're talking range trading. Here you're talking trend trading, structure trading. I'm not saying there's not trends. I'm saying they don't go on forever. How do you know it's coming to an end? Somebody asked me on this last video about the line chart, hey, well, so I see talking about volatility and that stuff. You have to, there's a song about, I can't remember who did it, but Keep It Separated. It's funny, a lot of songs are love songs, but there's some songs that are like, oh yeah, okay, I'll talk to you later. Yeah. Completion back, the tubes, I'll talk to you later. So these lyrics, you think about the structure, like what is the topic of that lyric? And then when you go into Candle World, it's like, well, that's a doji, you know what that's about? Well, that's about the indecision of the market. Okay, are we done yet? That wick stopped me out. Like, who's not getting the fucking clobbered by a wick? So there's a wick world and there's the trend structure world. And they just have to flip your brain back and forth. Like, if you take, I don't have it in front of me, but imagine 6 lines coming into a dot in the middle. Now, box that around, cover that with, and create a hexagon. If you look at that long enough, you'll think it's a cube. You'll think it's a 3D cube, but it flips back between a 3D cube and just a star. But it's almost impossible to hold your mind in both worlds, right? So you have to always flip back to like wake yourself up and go, okay, you know, like how long there's the question in your head on a line chart is different than the question in your head on a candlestick chart. At least it should be. And you can play a game where you would play structured trades to sell a top or sell near the top. What I'm doing with all those orders is I'm putting in a basket. The market's telling me that range, right? So I also have no grids up here either. Because the market, when I started trading, this is how I blew up accounts. I would buy the dollar CAD right now. I don't have a clue how many fucking pips it's just moved. I could buy that. I could buy that Litecoin and say, yeah, we got a top bottom. We're still going up, right? So I could buy that, or I could sell it. Going, it's a shoulder right now of the it's a shoulder. Oh, I'm gonna put an order. I've seen head and shoulders patterns. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it before confirmation on that trade, or I'm gonna say it's going sideways. But the problem is, I never paid attention to the money. I was like, well, and they stopped me out. I'm like, you motherfuckers. How you and then I'm looking, I lost money. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I put a wider stop in. They stopped me out. I'm like, okay, this is I can't take this. This got to stop. I can't take this fucking punishment. Okay, fuckers, I'm just going to buy. Big wide, no stop. Fuck you, bye. And then I'm making money. But I just never could pay attention to that. So the pattern recognition in me said, hey, I like these fucking, I can fucking see what's going on here. And, but the problem wasn't paying attention to what, in that one instrument, what it cost. Like if you decide you want to play Oregon, right? You find out, damn, it's kind of expensive. Maybe I want to get like a little baby one. Just get a sample of an Oregon now, right? So you live in a world where you can get an app for something. Oh, you want it? I guess what the guy was telling me was I met a guy in the plane that does optic fiber. And he said, oh, yeah, well, they're going to be doing stuff you can't believe where people don't really have to leave their house. And some of it has to do with sex. It's basically sex and games. Go figure, right? Gamers and sex is what keeps the price of your cable bill down. Because if it was just us traders on here, your data fee would be like it was when I was trading. It was $260 a month for a satellite dish on my roof and get data from Comstock. I don't know if Comstock's still around. But Comstock probably lobbied for Dodd-Frank. If you think about it, Dodd-Frank doesn't make sense. And then when that, like, don't let a good crisis go to waste, all those guys stepped up to the plate and said, oh, floor traders union. What if there's a floor trader union? Like, don't let people trade from their house with a clicking with a mouse. Trade from your house with a mouse.com. So, but yeah, this is sheer entertainment. Trading is sheer entertainment, very addictive, very funnish. And just, it is funny because trends, like drift trends, are kind of like real trends. Fast moves to me are like, oh, that's a swing trade. But these creeper gear drift trends, like look at this fucking stock market. Of course, the DAX doesn't agree, but the Swiss S&P 500 and this guy's a perfect drift up. And this one just had a buy signal. See, there's a. I guess I should zoom in on this fucking. I don't know how to zoom in on this thing. I'll have to test the zoom in. Anyways, it's going up right now. I am going to blow these up and just see how it racks your brain to blow this chart up. Oh shit! I wouldn't buy that. Right? I'd buy that. Holy fuck! So staggering, right? And this is, I'm talking about the void. Now this one I'm going to blow up. And we're right at the top, you kind of a bottom, or you should have buy limits sitting on top of that structurally. This is very easy to hindsight trade this also. And I can't scrunch this down because there's a wick here you can't see. And if I turn, this is the depegging of the Swiss franc. I just, if you could not see the wicks, you would never, you would really say, well, dude, like, yeah, why don't you buy down here? This is so funny about line charts. So you in your course, Simpleton in his course says that I should place a buy limit below new lows to pick up a nice entry, and that I should also, in the Simpleton course, where's my fucking rectangle? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I gotta turn off one of these goober things in here. I'm just gonna turn off customize. I'm gonna turn off zooms. I'm just using my hotkey for zooming. Just plus and minus. You hold down the control key on your keyboard and hit plus and minus, you'll be able to zoom in and out. Another trick. I guess I don't need. Okay, we'll zoom in and out. We're going to get rid of zoom in and out. I'm running out of chart space. I'm already zoomed in. So now that I've got the zoom out, I can see my rectangle. Now I have to add rectangle. Oh, it's there. It's right at the edge. We got to dump another item off this bullshit list. I don't even know what this thing is. Indicators. Fuck that noise. Okay, we have a rectangle shop. So you said, well, in the Simpleton course, he says to put a buy limit, put a couple in just for extra good, just in case. So now you're back testing this concept here of this buy. Now, actually, another thing to consider is that this here has to be a defined risk, and maybe there's a master stop on that whole buy limit bank right here. So you're gonna put orders in here, master stop here, and you're gonna make profits. Your profit window is going to be maybe equal, and maybe it's going to be all the way here. Maybe it's going to be above. So if we trade trap to trap, right? The ultimate trader is trading trap to trap, right? A range trader. And you just place your orders accordingly. I was talking to this hedge guy. So there's two ways to hedge. Now, if you put your targets up here and to go the other way, and you have enough money in your account, like I said, this big qualifier, enough money in your account to plan your trade plan. And I have a master stop on here. Now you're trading off, you're placing structure trades here, and you're going to put a stop on this sell bank up here, right? So this is your master stop for these entries, the master stop, and you trade like that all day long, all week long, right? You never get in a market order. You let the market come to you. You go the other way. Come to you, go the other way. You're always in a trade. You're always in a hedge. You have the opportunity because you're in wins from here to here. You have that. Now, if you're going to get out at fair value in the middle, you're going to say, well, I dump everything into the center from the edges, and I cash out here. Everything I sell here, I cash out back here, and everything I buy here, I cash out here. I just get the fuck out. Ways to get filled on the north side. So you keep a continuous crop of sell limits high, and this goes on all day. I'm just doing it on the weekly. Here, no fill. So this is why you have to start thinking about getting out maybe in the new fair value, which the market's already shown you the new fair value. It's established for you magically. This top now becomes the bottom feeding zone for all the sell limits up here and here. Now, if I turn the wicks, you're just going to say, well, I traded Simpleton's method here in this first buy block. That's your buy block. The term buy block it's just a concept that could be plugged into anything. Turtle soup could be, crop block soup, right? You get Jewish trader, right? Matzo ball soup entries. It'd be so hilarious because, well, you're just having too much fun. What is this, a hobby for you? We talk about kill zones here. This is a war room, buddy. Turn on these fucking candles. Holy shit, right? Holy shit. It took out my stop up here, too. Damn it. That simpleton guy, you're going to blow up your account. This is like a news trade. Imagine the news. This is news. We depeg this bitch. Right? Holy fuck. Now, I like this view better. I don't get stopped out. Bought here on close. He said buy if it's down. Yeah. You're long here. You're long on limits. So, of course you can get stopped out. Of course you can lose. But this is where the work comes in. Instead of trading like disempowered trading where you like have one account, I'm going to risk so much. Let's not get carried away, people. I got 20 tools on here. Fibonacci's. I even got like a new thing, Lucas numbers. Somebody told me a secret. And, but dude, that's one, like seriously, let me guess. You have one guitar amp, and you have a guitar cord that plugs your guitar into the amp. Plug that in the wall. You paid your electric bill, and you wrote one song, and you're going to go on the road. Listen to my song. Ain't it great? Do you have an album? Fuck no. Dude, this is the best. I had some good songs. I just didn't publish them. I was afraid. I was afraid people were going to go, what the fuck's it? Turns out, you know, some of the shit people have published, people like, later on they're going, like, it's about the movie business. Guy does a movie, it's on the edge. Later on they come back, guy's a genius. Hey, you know, the day he published that, they wanted to kill him. They want to kill that motherfucker. How dare you? How dare you do a movie with fucking wide-angle lens? Who the fuck do you think you are? That's what you get in trading. People have such closed minds. What happened to people? What is happening? Look at this vibration. And when you look at this line chart right now. What do you think? Kind of random, maybe? Kind of noisy, kind of choppy, kind of vibrating, kind of... I think it is a vibration, like a shock. Then it calms down. Can you adjust your trade plan to the behavior? Do you have a 20 pip trade plan, a 30, a 40, 50? I just saw a guy, this hedger guy. We talked all night about hedging. So, oh yeah, so he took his Fibonacci tool and he just made it linear. He would take his Fib tool and put it here and just create a breakdown box and just milk this drama here. So his ATR is defined by the last price pulse. So I could just box off this and just say, I'm just going to trade this shit right here. This last known box. Right? I don't have my delete all objects keys not turned on, I think. Shit, no, it's not. Here, I'll just backspace takes off delete all objects here. So back to the raw data. So what he does is take a box like this and just trade it. Trade this box. Like here is the box cut in half, or here's the top of the box. And you just go wick to wick. You know, it's going back and forth. You got buys down here, you got sells above. They don't call it hedge funds for nothing. Well, the hedges are bad. They don't make as much money as the guy that's going to buy here and hold into this bitch all the way to here and go, look at that. Look at that trade. Cleaned up. No, hedge fund's going to be like getting out along the way, putting on something else. And look at the vibration die down after this depegging. The funny thing is that people don't talk about the brutality and downside, but look at the engulf on this thing. You know, after it went down here, so just in the hindsight, Goober-esque hindsight, I could paint with a broad brush here. So you buy here, and it literally, well, of course, it didn't take out this wick before it smashed it, but it engulfed all the way here. Pretty amazing. And you can just see, now if I go to line chart, which I can't do in drawing mode apparently, go to line chart. So if you marked it up like this, you go like Epic Pen, you can just go to that site for free, get out the drawing tool. Epic as in epic fail. See, but ball to ball, right? We're getting fair, and we have triangle forming there. So all the structure trades, all that shit is line charts. I couldn't even imagine trying to find a triangle on a goddamn candlestick chart. Impossible. Like no surgeon in the world's going to go, well, what we're going to do here is we're just going to open you up to see if you have broken bones. We cut the whole motherfucker open. He looks like he's okay. Put him back together. Are you kidding me? So why do people think that trading's ever any different? Don't you have a triage method? This is the checklist. Triage, 3 levels of filtering. And it's not, trading's not hard. The market doesn't do what you want it to do because you're in a trade rooting for your team. As soon as you put on the trade, you're rooting for your team. You're fucked. You're so fucked in the head at that point that you've got, you're wearing a condom in your ear, right? Just so you don't get, your brain doesn't get pregnant. But it's definitely a daunting task if you've got you want the market to do what you want it to do when you want it to do it. So I'm just talking at this point, I'm not talking about putting a trade in, but I'm talking about analyzing the market. And then when you turn on the candles, that is the market. That is all prices known during that 1 week period. But where are we at the end of the week? And can we see a top become a bottom? Can we see a triangle? Can we see a structure? Can we draw a trend line? You do all that on you do all that work, all the charts online, and then you switch the candles on. That's how I do it, if I'm going to do that. But I've seen the market. I'm just trading price action, honestly, because my orders are based on getting filled. But if you're going to look at why the market does what it does, I'm looking at the line chart, right? To make money in the market, you need to trade the price as it's moving, right? I mean, you got to pull the trigger at some point or have a pending or something. But organizing those orders in a logical manner, like right now, you know that on some level, this is a buy for dollar-wise. Market's going down by, right? Of course. By how big? Well, don't buy it all, man, because I'm waiting for it to go up. I'll buy it when it's going up. Why won't you buy it when it's going down? Or why don't you get a better price here? If you buy when it's going up, why aren't you selling right here at the market? I can't sell here. I mean, I have to put too wide a stop on it. It's moving too hard down. So you would have to put a wide stop on it. And then your take profit would be your, like, I'll just try to make 20 pips. Sell right now, try to make 20 pips with a 50 pip stop. Very high probability of making money on that trade. Well, your ratios suck. Well, it's going down. I'm a trend trader. So your trade plan could be that fucking retarded and you can make money. I do that all the time. Until the day it backs up on you. And you go, oh, my ratios suck. I'm getting killed. Now you're going to say, well, next time I'm just going to trade with a 30 pip stop. And now they keep stopping you out. You never see your 20. You go, I'm going to go back to 50 pip stop. The trick is to say the 1K's got a 50 pip stop. 2K's got a 25 pip stop. And I've got so you have a linear dollar risk per button push or per trade plan. And you trade around that, right? Put a 5K on, that's got to have a, whatever stop, right? To match that dollar loss. Every drop, I haven't done it. So people are saying, well, how do you know? Well, you could just take all those drops that I published, change the size so that stop to size-wise, every fucking trade costs you $10. Every ticket is $10 risk. You drop 10 tickets, you're risking $100. Fucking easy, right? Write the trade plan in the single drops. They should be in here. So this is just kind of how to trade from advanced to beginner to advanced trading. So we look at this chart all fucking day long, gonna do us no good. So I could either take and say, well, I'm gonna buy here. Right, I'm gonna buy right now, and my stop. I'm gonna buy right now at the market right here, 25 pip window. Put a stop down here. I'll buy one thing, and that is gonna be a 1K. My next order is gonna have to come in like, I'll buy 2K on a limit here. My stop dollar-wise has to be here, right? See how that works? You buy one at the market for your ego. Okay, so you're and maybe it goes up 10 pips, and you're like, you know what? Let's play the range game with a big fucking stop. Okay. Trade dollars, people. Don't trade fucking pips. Trade dollars. This is a money game. It's not a hobby, people. What the fuck is wrong with Akil Stokes? These people are criminals. You know, I used to say, Akil, no, I'm sorry, Akil, you can't babysit my kid. You're not getting any better in your videos. It's funny that he was bleeding into my background video on that one. I thought to myself, wasn't that funny? Motherfucker's barking away, and I'm trying to help people, and he's hurting them. See, I'm canceling out his stupidity. I'm offsetting his gooberness, his gooberliciousness. He's like popcorn at the movie theater. You guys broke my tooth. It cost me like $1,000 to go to the movie theater. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. What's with the fucking popcorn? Are people still like so nostalgic that they would go and pay for like $10 of popcorn to a fucking movie? What do you think of your goddamn Broadway play for $500? These Broadway plays, what's the fucking wrong with people? Anyways, let's not get sidetracked. What's fucking wrong with people? So get a linear dollar risk going. Right? You know your precise risk every fucking day. You write a single drop that's got a 200 pip stop. $20 risk on that trade. A 1K pending. Or 1K at the market, 200 pip stop. Tells me what kind of trader you are. Dude, you don't know how big I'm in that fucking trade. If you don't understand scaling in the market, then you don't understand the future that's coming at you. Why do you think preppers have fucking 8 goddamn guns loaded? Because when the wheels come off, maybe you're going to call this guy and go, aren't you the guy with like 8 fucking guns all oiled up? All of a sudden, I'm your friend, right? So all of a sudden, this fucking, this egomaniac Kelvin comes and attacks me. And I'm like, dude, what do you bring to the table? He charges $50,000 for his knowledge. Position sizing. I'll put a link to the fucking most. The guy gave $2,000 to spend a weekend with 30 traders. Dr. Van Tharp. And when I first met him, I just thought, dude, you are not blinged out. Where is your fucking Ferrari? You don't know shit. He's talking about risk. I'm like, oh, can I get a pillow? This is so boring. Then I'm blowing up my account, and I'm like, I love that pattern on that fucking Euro yen. God, that pattern it's like the hottest chick in the world. I went broke, trying to impress her or something, take her out to dinner. Never calls me. What a bad trade that was. Fuck. I thought she liked nice stuff. She had a nice outfit on. Turns out she's one of these fucking tree huggers or something. Oh no, I'm just a spiritual person. Oh God, can't we just fuck like rabbits? Can we just go home and fuck already? Like, how many movies got to take you to? So, it's very difficult, right? And they're like, oh God, these breasts are for feeding babies? What the fuck kind of... Who invented this world? Right? Who designed the planet? And who made these markets up, right? Who made up? Why, then they want to regulate the market. It's just not fair. Those currency traders, there's a Wild West out there. Okay, well, you can sit and watch TV in your air-conditioned house, I guess, right? Fucking atrophy. Collapse from fucking being too comfortable. So discomfort is, I guess that's the way I like to trade too, because it's very discomforting. In other words, are you trading because you like well, it's been proven that your brain likes random outcomes, right? So if you're trading from a gambling standpoint, which there's something wrong with that. Like you're enjoying sex. We don't want anybody trading for a hobby. Well, why not? What the fuck is this? What are the dumb people going to do? What are the people that are having fun going to do? Like, can you imagine sex being like that? Well, honey, what we're going to do here is, you said you wanted a kid, and I think I know how to do this. I'm online, figured it out. You know, they didn't teach sex ed when I was a kid. I see what's going on here. We got to get some execution going. Now, I don't want you to enjoy this and get all girly on me and start sending me roses, but we are going to make another person here. Right? So, if you want to breed money, you got to get execution. The dirty sport of gambling. We don't take risks around here, people. It's not a hobby. We talked about the Fibonacci retracement, but we'd like to talk about the Fibonacci inversion reversal retracement with Lucas numbers. We sprinkle a little bit of magic price action on top. We have we have a tool that costs $197. It's going to throw you structure levels in. 2 structure levels. I saw a guy this morning. I was going through my Forex search. He has this fucking beautiful girls on a thumbnail. Clickbait for Forex now. Forex industry is starting to wake up to people that are going, oh, geez, man, this could be clickbait. This could be a scam. A scam is almost like, well, a scam is just Darwin's way of filtering out newbies or something. But there was a clickbait. 2 gorgeous girls sitting on a couch. Who wouldn't love that, right? One girl's got blue jeans with a white shirt. Great summertime outfit, too. And so I click on it. It's about using 2 Bollinger Bands instead of 1. And the trade plan is you buy, oh, God, gee, I got filled on the tighter Bollinger Band. Fucking duh. And then, oh, maybe I should have exited. The guy's going, maybe I should have exited on the, this way I could make another rule set that says, well, hold during the non-touch of the larger Bollinger Band and I can ride the trend. Are you fucking nuts? Are you fucking nuts? You built a one-trick pony, curve-fitted. You can't get more curve-fitted than an envelope than a Bollinger Band. It's curves and it's fitting. It's like, I keep losing and gaining weight. What we're going to do for you is we're going to get spandex, one-size-fits-all Walmart clothing. That way you can gain weight and lose weight and just fucking never buy new clothes. Wait till it gets all nappy on your ass. It's like, what are those fuzzballs on your outfit? Well, you see, let me explain it to you. It's a adjusting moving average. Auto-adjusting moving average, they actually have that indicator. Trust me, tried it all. What it came down to was, is that a good trade for a swing trade or is that a good trade for a power scalp? Is that a good trade for making money? If you're going to trade 17 currencies and you're just in lightly on the mall, you're like, fuck, this really does work, trading all these currencies. That also would involve patience up the ass, right? You'd have to have, like, you go to the hospital, they go, what are you in here? I got patience up my ass. Can you take it out? It's too much patience for me. Well, only because I'm babysitting the market, right, watching the market. Fascinated by it, ready to pull the trigger. Trigger happy, I think, in the beginning. Of course, so if you blow up the account, and when I say blow up account, I'm talking about like a $50, $100 account. Like you should never put more than $1,000 in any trading account. Like you should never believe Akel-Stokes and all this bullshit. You should never believe any book, anybody. But that's bad to say because people are going to believe in somebody that's good looking and they have a nice lighting set and they don't cuss like a sailor and they don't fucking say fuck every other word. I'm just doing it because I don't know. I'm assuming that I don't know. I like that word. It's a get her done word, and it's just like I said, you know, it's in the movies, so I rationalize it. Well, you've seen it swear in the movies, you know. I could go without. I suppose I could go out swearing, but sometimes nothing fits. I guess that's the passion in me. You know, the Calvinists are very passionate. I always want to say Marxist. Calvinists are Marxists. Calvin's a Marxist. Utopianist. Dude, there's a perfect. I know geometry. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know. I know Ayn Rand too, and I know when somebody's got a gun to your head, all your idealism is going to go out the window. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, there's no atheist in a foxhole. Like your life's on the line, you're like, oh, Jesus, help me. You're like, holy God, mother of fucking God. Well, for the love of Pete, right? For the love of fucking God. Because when you want to get out of a hole, like say, the other one was if you keep moving the alligator, if the alligator bites you, stop moving. The more you move, the more you choose. Or quicksand, right? When you fall in quicksand, the idea is to stop and just look around. But if you have a day job where you're making $300,000 a year, being down 20 grand is no big deal. So you trade based around your lifestyle. So the funny thing is somebody like Calvin that's desperate to make money is going to have a hard time because he's trying so hard to make money. You know, and when you make money from just sitting in a position, like just open an account, put $50 in there, put a couple of Goober trades in there with a 200 pip stop, risk $20. You're up like $5 later on the 50 pips. Now, you would say that's not a lot of money because I didn't risk. I risked $20. Should I make $40 on this trade? Then you realize that I guess it's just ranging. It's ranging in a very quiet kind of 50 pip range during the day, and I'm up on that trade. And now you would say, well, how about if I trade a 2K with a 10 pip stop? I'm still risking $20. But now you're thinking, oh, I'm underwater on this. They're coming near my stop. But you were willing to risk $10. That was your original trade plan. Now you're in that one moment right there. And this is talking about from beginner traders to advanced traders. Conceptually, right? It could be $1 million trade. It could be $1 million stop. It's not how tight your stop is, Calvin. It's how big you're in on that stop. It tells me that you're a swing trader with a 200 pip stop. Fucking duh, right? Or it tells me that you're afraid to get stopped out. So you put a stop that's so far away, it's like, fuck you. You can't hunt my stop, bitch. I mean, what is your thought process when you're trading? What is your attitude towards the market? Is the market your friend or is the market out to get you and you got to be smart? You're up against the smartest guys. Thanks for the fucking coaching, fuckhead. This fucking head, Eagle Stokes, regurgitate for $39.95, $4,000 course, and I'm going to get that shit in your fucking head. That's why you don't want to go to fucking college with these fucking Marxist professors. Motherfuckers can't even speak on. It's so off the rails. I love to watch the institutions and the institutionalized. Being an iconoclast, I just get giddy when I see fuckheads get crushed by logic. Right? Fuckheads get crushed by reason. Logic and reason. It's like the dark ages of Forex trading with these motherfuckers in power trading. It's the dark ages. Well, what we do here is we'll do a rain dance, and then I think that would actually attract some of the market to our entry. We have no dollar risk trade plan. We're not going to scale in. We're going to just go single shot. I write one song every 10 years. I write one song. If that's not a hit, then fuck the public's wrong. The market's wrong. The market is the public. Akil Stokes is so fucking retarded. He hasn't realized that it's just everybody's in there. Not the best. If the best traders in the world in there, then what the fuck is this 95% of traders lose? I thought they were the best traders in the market. 95% of people are trading. You're up against the best traders in the world. Yeah. How is this possible? Who's passing this fucking lie around? Well, the reason why, The reason why the sun comes up is because I get up in the morning and I make coffee. And I've made coffee every day of my life. Coincidence is not causality. Why is logic not the first fucking thing they teach in school? Because then you don't need school anymore. You don't need to go tune into Empowered Trading to watch this fucking mind-bending Heraclitean flux shit. It's fucking retarded, man. Just fucking, I just can't take it. Anyways. Sorry, see now, got all pissed off. But I'm just sick of it, man. It's just nauseating. Where's the fucking original thinkers? Where's the people that don't speak in contradictory loops? We're using the best tools we can to get an edge in the market. Dude, the edge is fucking money. Your edge is that you have a fucking broker account. You can put on a $20 stop with different sizings. Dude, a 2-pip stop in a standard lot. It's $20, right? Am I wrong on that? Somebody help me out with my math. I had to come to that realization one day. I wasn't happy with it. I'm not saying I was happy. A recovering analyst. Analyzing and putting trades on with, oh, I usually trade at 10K. Oh, really, do you? On this fucking market, with the wheels coming off, dropping 3,000 pips a day, you're going to go back to your normal size. Size fixation. You know, you really have to think. On the ATRs kick up, maybe you got to be trading real wide and real light. That's got to be it, right? Your trade plan is money-based, not pip-based. Pips are for losers. Money's for winners. Fuck the pip. Fuck these pips, man. I made 650 pips. How big is the trade? I made 650 pips. That's like, my car goes 1,000. 1,000 what? Kilometers? No, it's a new unit I came up with. My car goes 1,000. Well, I think we're missing the other side of that formula, aren't we? Anyways, that's my weekly update. You can see what I'm saying. I could be here all day going with these fucking charts. I'm just getting more pissed off the more I think about it. Like, where, you know, look at the violence on this market. Dogcat. Who's not buying this? Well, I don't trade that because it's just going down. Just buy a 1K. See what happens. Right? Buy a 1K, see what happens. That's all I'm saying. Sell 1K, see what happens. Right here, sell 1K. 200 pips, stop. I went in this chat room. This girl invited me into this chat room after market close. So let's go torture these guys in this Forex room. So we go in there. And my handle's FX Loser. I just couldn't resist being a dick in there. So I said, yeah, I just bought the euro dollar with a 20 pip stop or something. And I'm looking to make 500 pips. These ridiculous trade plans. But I think this not defining your risk, the big Mark Douglas thing, and it all comes down to execution. Mark Douglas is about execution. He's not about disciplined trading. And I know that's what it says, but that was to bring in, that's clickbait or buy bait in books. I guess buy bait. The cover, you know, look at the cover in that book. Very intriguing. What the fuck does discipline mean? Well, you get this girl. She costs about $180 an hour. Beat the fuck out of you. Okay. All right. There's that one. Then there's the other one. Or, you know, time out, put your nose in. The people that used to humiliate people in school when I was a kid, they were like, oh, you're going to take your, they made me take my desk and put it in the hall. And I thought, this is killer. So I drag my desk into the hall and sit there and I got to see all these hot chicks walk by in the hall. I thought, well, this is way better. And then I was like, hey, this is interesting. And of course, it's supposed to be some kind of, it was public school, right? So I was class clown, and that was my punishment. But yeah, it's so ridiculous to talk about entries and exits without talking about money. And that would just, I guess people see that 5-minute chart and they go, well, what I'll do here is I'll just scalp the 5-minute chart. And they didn't add up all the trades they would have done. They didn't really say, well, I'm going to do 40 trades and I'm going to risk $2 in each trade. And they write down their total risk. And when they get to their 40th trigger pull, they go, I guess I'm done for the day. That's the discipline part, right? That's like, or that's the stick to your plan your trade your plan, or give yourself not a limit, you give yourself a loss limit and say, okay, well, you fucked up, you ran out of bullets in your gun, like you have a, like say you have a really big gun and it costs $2 a bullet for that gun, maybe a Magnum or a elephant gun. And like, dude, just don't, careful, like just shoot it, but like a cannonball, like you ever seen a cannon? I don't know what it costs for a cannonball. A cannonball. I killed my neighbor with a cannonball. Oops. The police are holding the cannonball for further forensics. They're going to sue me, and neighbor's alive, but I'm going to buy another cannonball. And I was just practicing. Demo account. Cannonball demo account. But, so what was it cost to trade? So it's fascinating because I was telling people in the coffee shop years ago, I said, you guys start buying like dollar CAD. This is when you could still trade off short. Buy dollar CAD. It was below par. It was like fucking ridiculous. A dollar was below the Canadian dollar. So buy that fucker. You go look at right here. Boom. Right here is par down here. I told my friends at the coffee shop, now look at the drama down here on this CAD. And this is all historical, top, bottom. You can see the first top, bottom. I was telling people about this. I said, we got a top, bottom in the monthly. Holy fucking hold the fuck on. Triple top becomes a bottom. A bottom. Who can't fucking see that? Look at that structure. That's etched in stone. Can anybody see the hidden entry? Where's Waldo? Where the fuck is Waldo? Top. Triple top, the internal, the baby top bottom. This is everything kicked off. People are like, oh wait, it's forming a triangle structure. Uh-oh. We have an uptrend, confirmed uptrend. How to read a price chart. Another thing, Akil Stokes, how to read a price chart. Holy fucking God, shoot me in the goddamn head. Somebody kill me now. I used to have this girl recording stuff. She said, kill me now. Kill me now. I said, I know what you're saying. I hear you. I receive you. Thank you, Jesus. Jesus, we have an uptrend. First pullback, failure, swing down. You see, here's the other failed entry. Look at the filter here. Trend, right here, right by here. Look at the geometry. This is hooking up to here. It's George Bush trade right here. Looky, right there. See? Look, top come bottom. This is the Gann fan. I did this once. So yeah, I'm sorry, Calvin, but dude, I've been doing geometry before you. I was doing this shit, just making Gann fans. The market is his own Gann fan. Here's Gann. Gann fan. All these people were right, but they were wrong. Like Gann had a Gann fan, but he didn't realize the market is its own Gann fan. So you just take this and just launch it off of here. All right, the rule is find the next trend. Andrew's pitchfork. The market is its own pitchfork. This is the Gann fan, right? Anchor everything off of here. This is the same thing. Okay, what the guys are doing over there in power trading, what they're trying to do is say, we're going to take our Gartley and hang it off of here. And I don't know why it looks like a bikini top, but it does. Two fucking triangles. I think that's subliminally what they're doing over there. They're attracting all the guys that still have a deck to oh, you know, it kind of looks like like a bikini top on an angle. I like that. I like that Gartley pattern. I don't know why. Cipher? Okay, she's hanging upside down in my torture chamber. And you could just, the market is its own this and that. We don't need to force it into a bikini top. I could just keep hanging these off with a rule set. I'm going to anchor everything off of this. Anchor everything off of that and have a rule set. Hang it off of this one. Oh, look, it almost called, hang it off of this top. Here we go. Hang it off of this top. Look, it's calling the top of that. It's crazy. Yeah, no shit. But don't forget, you need to have a dollar risk plan for entering on this nonsense. Like, it does you no good, right? And you could do all day long. You can make lines in here all fucking day long. You could project off the top of this. Oh, I'm going to buy when it comes back here. Okay, great. How big are you going to buy on that? So all this analyzing, where we have a buy limit right now. Everybody has a buy limit here for structure entry. One ticket. Are we going down there? We might go down there. Where's the next buy place for just a bottom? For just a support? This used to be support. Don't forget, people, that used to be support. Hell, I'd buy it if it dropped 500 pips. How about you? I'd buy it if it dropped 500 pips. Anybody else agree with me? Great. Let's all get in and suffer waiting to get filled. That's a suffering for me. Like, I find pain in waiting to get filled. Now if we go below here, they'll trap everybody. Maybe it's still in an uptrend. Oh, maybe it's still. Yeah, it's in an uptrend. Maybe people are loaded. Maybe people are building a position on pullbacks here. Like, no, Kelvin's trading the 4 hour. We don't know what time frame he's trading, right? The Kelvinists or the Utopianists. We don't know whether we're trend traders, man. Well, but on the daily, a 4 hour, like, and do you have like how tight's your stop? How big's your position? You can see how the complexity of trading could be just mind blowing if you drop down to the trading time frame. Well, isn't this a trading time frame? Why can't I just place buy limits based on this shit I'm looking at right now? I got a big buy limit bank all the way to here. I did the math. I got a master stop here. You think it's not gonna? You think it's gonna go straight down here and fill my buy limit? This is a problem with the Kiel stocks. Well, what we're gonna do here is we know this is a structure level support. So, in the meantime, how am I gonna pay my rent? Well, dude. You know, this is very serious work here. Can't even believe you're saying that. What are you, a hobbyist? Well, when I started playing guitar, it was just for a hobby. And then people said, you know, you're kind of good at that. Everything starts out as a hobby. What are you trying to kill everybody's fun? What is it, you fun police? Fun Nazi. Jesus fuck. Now I think he's a Nazi now. You think Trump's a Nazi? Look at it kill Stokes. Marxist fuck. Turn on the wicks. Holy fuck. Not much of a difference. Big wick up here, though. Oof. I remember when the guy, I was doing a video and I said, I'm selling there. The guy said, you're selling there? Yeah. So how big did you sell up here? Look at this thing. Incredible. It's an uptrend. When you turn the candles, you get like a 3D look here. See how the close is looks like it's behind. Looks like the open. Okay, next problem. This one. Like I said, going up. I know that when they're over in power trading, they're selling into this. They're trying to find a sell place. They're going to sell, and their target's down here. I told everybody this fucker's going through into the vacuum, into the void. It was a scalp. They're all scalps. Could have scalped that whole fucking weekly wick. In fact, you're selling up into this. The problem with people that are saying, well, look, we're going to sell into, but yeah, where's the trap sells? Your limits start here. Sell limits. Anything above here is sell. You're short right now. You're short on something. How big are you short? Does it fucking matter? People's inability to have trade plans that are dynamically adjusted dollar-wise to the situation. That's the weekly. Look at the 4 hour. Oh my God. The trading time frame. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You can see here with single drops, $10 a drop, $20. Don't think about pips. Fuck pips already. I'm sick of the word pips. Let's talk $20. A $20 trade plan, right? Buying at the market, $20 stop. That's 200 pips. Okay, if you need to know that. Then I got my $20 100 pip stop. I'm looking to make $80, or I'm looking to make 20. I'll make it by here. Do we really need to get a tool to tell us that this is 50%? This is the trade. This is the feeding zone here. You keep placing a $20 risk in here, and you're going to have 10 drops worth $20 a piece. The size would be adjusted per drop. And if you have 10 drops, what does that mean? It'd be a 10K. It'd be a 10K on one order. You have a 1 to a 10K, 10 drops. They're all $20. So you have a 20 pip stop to a 200 pip stop. You run. This makes it easy, man. Just build a fucking drop where when you go to that drop, it's $20. You will never be afraid of trading the rest of your life. I guarantee it. Because you've accepted all your losses up front. Mark Douglas. I went home, I wrote a check for $100 to my trading account. When I opened up my commodity account, started trading, 1990, I'm trading. I look at the platform and I go, okay, I can lose $100. Because I thought about dollars. I didn't think about pips. Most people, when they're losing, they start to thinking about, you know what? I'm losing money here. What the fuck? Geez. And then you're thinking, the tickets that I have open to fill, even though stops are kind of tight, 15, 18, am I going to blow up the account before I get stopped out? Because I'm supposed to trade with stops so I don't blow up the account. Either put $200 in the account and you trade like a wild man and make $400 by the end of the day because you're like, yeah, nailed that. Or you trade with stops and they stop you out and you got $50 left in the account. So you lost $50. But what you set out on your menu, buy and sell drops. So anybody that's new to trading, maybe I'll do it. I'll just make it's very easy to make 3 drops. 10 drops. I'll make 10 drops. So I'll do that today. It's the morning now. And I'm pissed off. I'm drinking my coffee. It's the morning, but I'll make 10 drops. 20 drops, right? 10 buys, 10 sells. And this will be a dollar trading system. Trading for, there used to be a show on TV where we were kids. And so this is 40 years ago, probably before most people's time. But it was a local show, and it was a bowling show. And I love bowling because there's 10 pins. It's very linear, and it's very geometric. It's, I don't want the Calvinists to think that I'm not a big fan. I love geometry. Like I said, I love symmetrical looking people, right? Who doesn't love? It's been proven that if a person's symmetrical, people are attracted to them. Who doesn't love symmetry? We all love geometry. Just try to keep it to a dull roar in the charts because we have to think about money. So there was a show called Bowling for Dollars. I thought, boy, they just put it right out there. Bowling for dollars. This is not bowling for pins. It's bowling for fucking dollars. And I mean, I still can't get my brain around the math for bowling. When you get to the end and you have triple frames and you carry the spare, and they're like, dude, that makes calculus look like a cakewalk. I don't understand bowling scoring, and people try to explain it to me over and over again. And I need like a flow chart. Like I need to keep in context what's going on, what I can't see. And there's this X and a forward slash, and I'm like, I love bowling, especially if you have some bowl with a hot chick, and every time even if she's getting gutter balls, you're like, what a nice ass. And you could come back, and the best thing about bowling was when I was a kid was you had that air blower that's constantly blowing air, and I thought, God, man, I could just like hold my paper airplane over there on a string and just be like, what do you got going on there, a drone? But yeah, bowling for dollars, and I thought, well, here we go. So this is Trading for Dollars, the new show, tradingfordollars.com, because people are always talking this pip shit, and it's just, dude, it just doesn't mean anything. Of course, the guy that's doing market signal calls, does he give a fuck? He has no stake in that trade. He might, but the fear of trading's born out of trading with a gun that has one bullet size. Well, of course you're afraid to go around with this cannon. Like, it's impractical to show. I mean, even terrorists aren't using cannons. Can you imagine the guy sitting there in the airport going, okay, I got to release the prisoners from so-and-so. I'm on I got a cannon, people. Of course, the cannon jams, blows up the terrorists. I'm waiting for the terrorists to fucking not learn how to do shit right. These terrorists, what kind of pussy fucking world? Somebody's just got to. Everybody should carry a gun. I'm so sorry to tell everybody this. Everybody should be armed and dangerous. Everybody should have their fucking scalp script ready. That is ridiculous out here. So let's think about dollars this week, and I'm going to build the 10 drops, 10 cells. Very easy to do. It's just like this guy that was making all this money. This hedge fund trader I met, Bitcoin specialist, and he's like, hey, just trade. I said, no. I said, aren't you worried about this? He goes, no, just doubling up, go the other way. I'm like, oh my God, double? You sound, this isn't that martingale shit, is it? I just watched another thing. I just studied martingale, and there's Fibonacci Gale now, too. Fibonacci Gale at the casino. Fibigale. All it is scaling in. Like, the problem with martingale, they're claiming is, oh, you're doubling. Dude, you wrong 7 times in a row. For how much money, dumb fuck? There's a douchebag out there with his hair like he has bedhead. He's all greased down. I can't remember his fucking name. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's probably fucking run an ad on everybody's fucking thing. But I torture my listeners with bad audio production and shit bleeding into my mix, but I would never be so stupid to have like a fucking ad on my thing. Come trade the London breakout. What the fuck? This is like, you eat this pill and you get skinny. No, dude, you got to go outside and walk. Okay? You can't just take a pill and get skinny, right? I'm getting shit done. I'm wired all day. Yeah, no shit. Your adrenal glands are cooked. Now you got to nap for fucking 3 weeks, right? So let's trade for money. So let's do dollar risk plans. Risk, we're not risking pips, we're risking dollars. This is the hedge fund guy we're talking about. 11 hours to talk to this guy. He was a marathon talker like me. He won't shut the fuck up. That's why Calvin doesn't like me. Dude, shut the fuck up. Thank God for YouTube, or I'd just be talking inside my head and don't lose any spit, though. But who's not talking to himself in their own fucking head? They talk out loud. They're like, holy shit. They took me to the insane asylum. The guy was mumbling about fucking where he's going to put his stuff. I'm put $20 in. Some people were watching my videos going, dude, you won't complete a sentence. Yeah, because I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking while I'm talking. Not reading a script. Think outside the box, you can get lost. You have to go back home to the box. Oh, I remember when I used to think like that. Right, yeah. Yeah. I remember when I used to think about this moving average crossover system. This poor guy I met 4 years ago on Skype, talked to him 3 years ago, and he said he was trading 2% of his account on 2 mini lots. I said, well, why not just trade one case? He was like, well, they said risk 2% of my account. I thought, well, that's the box, right? The 2% box. All this silly stuff. Well, it's a lot of work to put in all those little orders. So it wants to be a hobby for you. You casually, this idea that Akil Stokes doesn't tell people, listen to what you're going to have to do here is so much work. I don't want to tell you. It's not about pastel bikini patterns on the screen. It's not about that. It's not about the infamous lovely triangle. It's about how much money do I have? And is it okay to lose money? Is it okay to be a loser? If you lose $20, do you say, fuck, man, that's ouch. What is $20 anymore to people? They have dollar stores. Well, they used to have dime stores when I was a kid. I don't know if people, to the younger people, dollar stores. They used to have like a couple dime stores, like Krudsky. Now they're out of business. But you'd like go and buy their shit for a fucking dime. Dude, I bought a fucking truck, like a Caterpillar truck when I was a kid. I think it was like fucking $13. This motherfucker, $5. That shit goes on eBay now for like, I don't know what. People are chasing vintage too, right? People chasing, there's old vintage. You buy the most expensive computer on the internet right now is an old Atari nostalgic computer. Even the games. Fucking expensive. But people are spoiled. People are rich. Everybody's rich. I don't know. I don't even know why people are trading. If you don't have ass cancer, you just won the game of life. If you're not in a wheelchair, you just won the game of life. There's no way you could be a loser. But monetarily losing, this is where people get money is how people get divorced over money, and like, you got money, I don't got money, and money. Right? I'm not too impressed by money because I've seen people with money that are suicidal. And money's no cure for unhappiness. This doesn't work. But I know people think, well, if I just had money, well, yeah, once you get that money, you're kind of bored. I liked it when I was living on the edge. Like, I liked it when it was like a challenge. So if you come to trading for the challenge, once you make money, you're going to subconsciously blow up the account because you like that challenge of making that money. Like, you like the thrill of starting off with a $100 account and making it to $1,000. And if that's actually, and then you blow up the $1,000 account, why don't you just open another account, right? If that's your template, but you can change your template. This is what the 12-week transformation is supposed to be about, is that become a different person. But don't forget the person, that your core genetic DNA. Like, if you're wired to be pissed off all day, you're getting shit done. Like a type A person. My tequila buddy, he's been working for almost 45 years in one industry, and he is literally a specialist. He knows that thing. It's his career. He's just one page. So to transform him would kill him. He has to stay in that path. But could he be living a better lifestyle and not drinking? Sure. But the problem with life is that if you unplug an aspect, what do you replace that with? If you like, the room I'm in here is pretty cluttered because I can get this shit. Like, I can reach out and grab some. I have a lot of shit in this room. Now, if I clean it up, I would actually feel a little bit of anxiety. Like, oh boy, like, gosh, I mean, this is why a lot of people are fat, really fat, because this way nobody's going to try to, it's almost like a buffer to keep people at a distance and kind of be in a safe space they built. Because if they lost weight, then people go, oh, you look nice, and maybe they don't feel worthy of a compliment or something. So they built, your world's built around what, and so when you go to the trading world, this is when it exposes you to all of your weaknesses or something, or all of your misconceptions. But you're trying to import this geometry and these, these bikini tops into the market to import something from a tangible world that you understand into a chaotic world that is just totally fucking nuts. Not to mention dollar-wise nuts, right? Dollar plans instead of PIP plans. So so you're coming into this PIP world, and you're trying to use the tools and the conventional wisdom that you would survive in the real world, because you have to have a schedule. Like, the market doesn't have a schedule. It doesn't really respect price over time. It may take off on a run really hard, and you're like, dude, I mean, I just like to have a nice 10% rate of turn. Can you stop it with the volatility? With the market just fucking calm down? Just give me a fucking break, right? Can't it just look like my fucking moving average for once? Can it stop stopping me out? What the fuck? Oh, well, what I'll do is, what I do in my normal world is like, well, I have a coffee. I drink 2 cups a day or something. You have this set thing. Like Akil Suck said, you come in the morning, it's like a regular job. No, it's not a regular job. It's nothing like a regular job. So I see that as a big hindrance, because it just have to have a beginner's mind when you look at the market going, what? If you look at this chart right now, you just say, I could see where I should have got in, right? I should have bought at the bottom, and maybe I should be selling at the top here, but it's very violent, and I'm really not into risking too much. So in the inability to, but we don't have that inability in the market. So we're going into a world. Imagine you go from your normal day life into a world where the clocks are 48-hour clocks. So a day is 48 hours long now. Because if you do a Renko chart, you're trading by the pip, and it's distorting time. It's taking and stretching, or a point and figure chart is distorting time. So people are saying, well, I'm going to smooth it out, make it look more like my world, 24-hour day. Dude, market doesn't, really look and say, it's about the end of the day here. I think we'll be wrapping it up. Let's come back to the other price. Not necessarily, because once the ranges heat up, or volatility heats up, it's a different picture dollar-wise, because the broker's if the broker's minimum ticket is 1K, unless you drop down to a nano account, which I suggest there's at least 10 nano brokers on the planet, IKO4X, Profi, there's Pax, there's Grand Capital out of Russia. There's 10 that people from IKO, you have to be from Europe. Pax, you can trade. So that would be for somebody that only has $50, right? If you have $50 and you want to trade dollar risk plans, not. So you'll talk to a trader and he'll say, dude, I'm not putting on a trade to make $5. I'm like, okay. But I'm not saying, right? Well, okay, your $5 doesn't mean anything to you. Oh no, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put on a 10K to make $50. Well, you must be really right about that trade. Like Mark Douglas says, you wouldn't put that on the trade unless you were really certain it was going to come out. Well, instead of taking 20 trades, how about you put on, instead of using all your bullets, why unload a machine gun on a guy that's dead, right? Why waste all those bullets? If you don't have respect for $5, how can you have respect for $5,000? Like, you've got to think about the money. If I gave you 10 $5 bills, you'd say, well, that is like $50. Okay, but picture me opening my pocket. I give you the first 5, you're like, okay. Second, you're like, oh yeah. 15, you're like, yeah, I'll do it for 15. 20? Would you do it for 25? Oh, 25, yeah. Oh, I'd do it for 30? Oh, well, maybe that's, I don't want to do too good a job. I'll give you 100. You're like, well, no, that's too much, because if you give me 100, then if something isn't quite right, you're going to go, I give you $100. No, this is what I had with this fucking bitch on Facebook. This person that I grew up with. Well, if I give you 100, then if you do somebody a favor, oh, you owe me unspokenly the rest of your fucking life. If you give me 1,000 to just change the the faucet washer, like, you're on the hook for everything. You're like, you're going to be my friend forever now because I bought you. That's the song by Elton John, right? The Mona Lisas and Mad Hatters. It's just about being bought. Like, you own me now? Like, you got so much fucking money. What's it? The guy that has a trophy wife, right? And he's like, bitch, I remember that guy. Who's that guy that got busted? He had this hot wife, and he's an old guy. He was a manager of a sports team. I don't know why sports teams make so much money. It's goofball. He's like, hey, you can do anything you want, but don't hang out with black guys. Everybody freaked out on him. They fired him. So everybody has these parameters we live around. We all have filters we use, and what is acceptable, what's unacceptable. And when you say you're buying and selling, I guess people just have a linear, oh, you must be, you're losing. I'm losing $1, or I'm losing. So what is this new threshold? Where are we resetting our brain now? If gold's trading at 1,000 or 1,200, have we moved to decimal point? Like, I'm too old to really adjust. The anger in me is that inflation is kind of slow stealing from you. It's you can't stand still. You have to make more money because you're chasing the decimal point. They've moved the fucking thing. The dime store is the dollar store. When you have to risk this to make that. You can't buy Bitcoin unless you got a bunch of money because it's fucking trading so goddamn. People go to Litecoin. And even in this, if I sell or buy this thing, it's going to be, I can trade 2 contracts of this because I can get more for my margin trading 2 contracts of Australian dollars. So there's more flexibility here, right? This is another thing. Margin, right? How much can you put at work? Still going to risk the same dollar amount. Okay, on this, 20 pips is 20 pips on here, I think. Like, I think you lost $2. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is a cheaper currency. You can buy more of it. That's why Litecoin, right? Buy silver. It's cheaper. Unless you're on the fucking... Well, actually, that's not true because silver is 5,000 contract, I think, and then gold's a 5,000 ounce contract. So it's a bigger contract than silver, so when it moves, it's vicious because you're in bigger. You're controlling a bigger chunk. But if I'm wrong, like, I'm waiting for the Calvinists to come in and, okay, talk over my video and go, okay, right, in the comments, right? Tell me if my audio's fucked up. Tell me if I fucking, I don't know, man. I already told people I'm a pattern recognitionist like everybody else that fell in love with a Andrews pitchfork one day and then started blowing their account up using it. Wasn't getting my targets. Been through it, man. On weekends, I've done geometry. Like I said, I could go find all my charts and post them, and I put it in Hightail, and you look at it and just go, that looks really pretty. But can you make any fucking money from it? Or even a pip? That's the question. So, I've been babbling here for an hour and 30 minutes. So I'll just close this off. And, of course, look, I could go through every chart in here. It's going to do no good without a trade plan. But I am going to make this morning, I'm going to make the flat risk $20. $20 trade plan. That's what I'm going to call it, the $20 drop. $20 drop. Each drop costs $20. You have $20. Now the win, that's a whole nother story. I make them break even at first, right? I'll make them break even. Because what happens when I say, I've covered my risk with a 20 pip stop, with a $20 stop. Sorry, $20 stop on 10 tickets. 10K is going to be my biggest ticket because I can only incrementally go up to 10K. Now, how about the profits? Holy God. If you make them just break evens at first, then adjust from there. So you have to start off with ground zero. You're on a 4-inch beam, right? You're in the Olympics, 4-inch beam, and the Russians win because it's not going to go to a 3-inch beam in the middle of the routine like they're fucking... that same thing is going on in the United States, don't forget. This is Russia. I like how these fucking idiots... Oh, Russia, dude, you're in Russia. We have communism here. We have... That's why chess is so great for the brain, because the rules never change. That's the letter to Boris Spassky. Ayn Rand's letter to Boris Spassky, the chess champ in Russia. He wants Bobby Fischer. She wants Bobby Fischer to win because he's creative, and she's saying, well, you Russians have an edge because you cling to geometry and you cling to security of knowing that that 4-inch beam will not turn to a 3-inch beam in the middle of the routine. That is not true in the society of Marxism, or you have here where they legislate morality and they turn on a dime and they go, well, that's outlawed. Oh, that's inlawed. Okay, money, let them eat cake. Everybody gets money. Welfare for everybody. Okay, this is, oh, we just outlawed that. Oh, it's inlawed. Oh, Dodd-Frank. Turn it on, turn it off. Right? Why do people cling to, why do people find safe spaces in geometry or in like a ounce of gold, right? It's don't forget it's a troy ounce. I just want to warn people that are... There's a difference between a troy ounce and an ounce, and this is another whole fucking weird thing. I'm telling you, if you dig into that shit, you'll be there all day. How you name something, how you size something. The guys I buy gold from, they give me 31.5 grams. And I'm like, what the fuck? Well, it's an ounce, you know. That was 28 grams. No, 31.5. Oh, that's a troy ounce. Oh. So you see ounces of gold here on the... I'm assuming the ounces of gold, we're trading troy ounces on these platforms. Maybe we're not. Maybe we switch the... Who fucking knows, right? If it's going up, for an analyst, he's like, it's going up. It's going down. I'm calling the direction. I'm using geometry. But, and then of course, putting your money to work in some kind of like true business. If trading is a business, everybody has a bean counter. So I'm talking about bean counter scripts. That's $20. Everybody's asking that question. What is your, how do you know your total risk? Well, you can figure, like, I could say, well, I could do it so that I would know every button press is going to be $20 too. I hit a button and it throws in limits. I could do that, $20. Like I said, everything $20 button. Don't touch that button, it's $20. Oh my God, cat just walked on the keyboard, launched fucking $100 of orders. $100 of risk, I should say. Now the reward's a whole nother topic. We could have like 10, I'm going to make 10 pips. Dollar, is it going to be, now here people are going to say, well, I've got a 200 pip stop on that. Should I put a 200 pip win on that? Am I really going to, am I just trying to like, and can I, in other words, when it keeps dropping, I can drop another order in and say, well, we're down $5. We're down 50 pips. I think I'm going to drop a scalp. I can see it bounce. And once you do that, and you have the same size on the sell side, you're going to risk 10 pips to make 10 pips break even. That's going to be sized 20 pip stop. And now you have this starting point. This is ground zero, break evens. Now you could take the guy with the $20 stop, but he happens to have a 15 pip stop, or whatever the fuck. I got to look at what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying, right? I got to have to go drill down and go, oh, that's going to be like that. And then you can say, well, I'm going to make double my money on that. Or maybe you just make like 40%. I mean, just a little bit above that. Now you got a complexity issue. You got all these scripts now. And maybe you say, you know, I don't see myself trading with a 200 pip stop. and I'm trading with a 100 pip stop, I'll risk $10. My 1K is now you reshuffle the deck. This is a whole nother risk platform now, because now you can run, once you get to a 2K, that's going to have the 50 pip stop, and you can say, you know what? I could see myself, and this is where money meets pips. And then you're eventually going to go to a 50 pip grid or a 25 pip grid or a 20 pip grid or a 10 pip grid, and you throw up a grid and you go, okay, where could have I placed this order before the day even fucking started for a breakout follow through? Even if it's like this guy that was trading with this, which I would never do this trade he's doing, because I'm trading very close to the market, but he would put a buy stop, say 50 pips above where we're at, and have a thing based around that. But and his targets are break even, I think. So he's going location to location. But that's what I would work on. So, or you have but I would say start off with the minimum the broker has. So if he has a 1K and you see yourself trading with 50 pip stops, say in a 1K. So to make it more convenient and less work, I'm speaking in single dropness. The button presses, you can have a $10 button press that throws in a completely clusterfuck staggered entry with take profits here. And maybe it only makes it risks 10 to make 5. Risks 10 to make 8. But I mean, the probability of making your 5 is definitely better, right? 50 pips stop to make 25 pips. You should be able to pull that trade off. It's not about the ratio. It's about the fucking money. So you can martingale into that all fucking day long. This martingale is trashing martingale without understanding probability in relationship to sizing and money. Losing sometimes, oh, you're just going to keep blowing. Dude, I'm down like $5 or $500 to make $2,000. Are you fucking nuts? Well, you're martingaling. You don't even know what you're fucking talking about. If you study martingale, there's different kinds of martingale too. There's simple, there's this, there's that, there's Fibonacci. I sort of got it. I was studying it last night. How about the Fibonacci risk at the Fibonacci casino betting? Fibonacci casino betting is betting, like I said in the video, 6 months ago, you buy a 3K, now you buy a 5K, now you buy an 8K, now you buy a 13K. Instead of buying, I'm buying a 2K, now I'm going to buy a 20K, now I'm going to buy a 200K. It's how aggressive you're getting in, scaling in. Fibonacci scaling in. Right, look it up. Casino, I'll put it in the fucking link. And stop with these fucking videos. People, I'm talking to like fucking 10 people. But for God's fucking sake, stop with this cheap fucking canned goddamn music you have in the fucking... It's bad enough I got shit bleeding to my mix, but I didn't mean to do it. These people mean to put this bad bumper music on that's fucking 8 times louder than their fucking comments, than their stupid ass fucking video with clickbait fucking thumbnails that are fucking cheap advertising. And stop it. Get a day job to pay for your stupid ass fucking YouTube channel. I'm sick of it. There's going to be a YouTube revolt. I'm starting it. And, God, seriously, I need music. Like, wake up, music. Where did this come from? It's a candlestick train. Where does this come from? We could also go to line charts. Bar charts. Sorry. We go to bar chart, right? This is the other. I'm sorry, just before I finish the video, before I go off on another anger rant. This here, just the bar chart. This really, you know what? Less pain on the brain. Okay, this is at maximum threshold of torture. This is low torture. So tell us where the money's at. Look at the chart. I could put a gun to your head. What's the trade? Now what's the trade? Now it's stop it. Too much information. Okay, let's go back to normal. Gee, it's almost like this is like the middle of the range here. Wait, I think the simpleton's onto something. Looky here, we got a range. Whew. Now, people have been buying here. Buy sell. Looks like we could flip up and go up some more. I can't wait till see people trying to sell into this fucking thing as we shear up into the void of madness. Not to say you couldn't have made a mint during this part. That's why I say, why do people trend trade when the market's ranging? 80% of the goddamn time. All right? Anybody going to disagree? Range, 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 range. Trend, range, trend, range, 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 range. How much of this chart's ranging? Well, Jethro, there's a big trend ranging. It's almost 50-50 here. I'd say this is part of the ranging, though. I'm only going to give it this and this. The rest of this is butchery. Butcher. All trend traders are butchered. You know what? That was the cutest thing that Kelvin said was, for the last 2 years, it's been really hard to trade. Yeah, because you don't know how to range trade. You're trend goober. Range, range. That's a cloud. I call this a duck-billed platypus trade. What kind of crazy crayon drawer are you? I'm just showing all the prices we've seen. Trend, trend, flag. This is the cloud, man. I traded the cloud all last year. I mean, last month. Sorry, 4-hour chart. Last month, I was a range trader. And then I became a trend trader for a little bit. And then I range traded. And there's a 20% trend. We better hop on Jethro, martingale up. We martingaled up during here, and we rode it up to here. We're martingaling up this whole time down here. That's right, son. What we do down here is we martingale up in here, and then we ride it, and then we martingale, but just a tad more martingale. Come up here and go, yeehaw, Martingale City. Damn, we're just punishing them fucking, the trend traders are just punishing them with a capital P. Oh, and you got the limit, guys. I bought here, I sold here. We're range trading it. Bought, sold. They're like, oh, we're selling up and we're getting crushed. Yeah, because you got to have that ATR bot that's even riding this bullshit here, right? Breaks up. There's a little baby. Maybe there's a little hesitation here in the. So your ATR bot's taking care of that, or your ATR trade plan. Then you get your limit things getting in here, dumping, back and forth, right? Dumping. There's a million trades in here. How could anybody say all of my criticisms about these people trading? They're not trading it. They're not saying anything about how to get in and out of these fucking markets. Look at the 618 level. You're killing me. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. 2 hours of nonsense for 2 cents. Or 200 pips.